Jayne Mansfield was an iconic American actress, singer, and model who rose to fame in the 1950s. Born on April 19, 1933, in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania, she quickly stood out for her dazzling beauty and magnetic personality, becoming one of the biggest sex symbols of the 1950s. In the city of Berlin, in the year 1933, a notably peculiar event entered the history books. A fearless circus artist conducted an extraordinary performance inside a car aquarium, surrounded by menacing crocodiles. Undoubtedly, this scene sparked an unprecedented curiosity. There are records of an intriguing event that took place in New York in the year 1907. In this event, a man dressed in a diving suit that became known as the Iron Man, a reference to the metallic aspect of his attire. In a remarkable feat recorded in history, aviator Charles Godefroy performed an impressive flight over the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, showcasing his piloting skill by defying gravity. The Arc de Triomphe, with a wingspan of 29.42 meters and a width of 14.62 meters, presented a notable challenge due to its grandeur. It's worth noting that the aircraft used by Godefroy had a width of only 9 meters. In 1935, an intriguing image was captured in the catacombs of Paris. In the photo, a smiling visitor holds a candle, while gazing upon the extensive collection of skulls on display in the area. During the time of World War I, a memorable scene was captured. A crowd of spectators gazing in admiration at a British dirigible flying over the port of Ostend. Actor Johnny Eck, born with underdeveloped lower torso, posed for a promotional photo for the renowned film Freaks. The image illustrates Eck's remarkable courage and determination, as despite his physical condition, he stood out in the world of entertainment, becoming an iconic figure in cinema. In 1921, a profoundly touching event was recorded in history: the wedding of a World War I veteran who had lost his sight. This event symbolizes human resilience in the face of adversity and the remarkable ability to overcome difficult circumstances. In a remarkable historical record, women were captured in photographs while learning to shoot at the Roosevelt Island prison in New York. This image highlights the transformation of gender roles and expectations that occurred during the 20th century, especially during the periods of the World Wars. The story of Colin Evans, a Welsh spiritualist, is marked by a controversial event: the alleged levitation he simulated by performing jumps up and down in complete darkness while being filmed with an infrared camera. The city of Boron witnessed a significant event when its residents gathered in anticipation of the possible appearance of the Virgin Mary near the viaduct, close to the Christian school. An intriguing image from 1941 depicts a telepathist attempting to hypnotize a chimpanzee. This visual record reveals humanity's fascination with communication and interaction with other species, as well as the possibility of supernatural mental abilities, such as telepathy. A memorable historical image captured the tactical trick employed by soldiers during the Mexican Revolution of 1913, showcasing how innovation and tactical creativity played a crucial role in the survival of the fighters. The 1945 photograph depicting the Soviet cryptographer Igor Guzenko represents a remarkable historical record. At that time, Guzenko was stationed at the Soviet embassy in Ottawa, but made the courageous decision to defect to the West, taking with him over 100 documents and confidential information related to the Soviet espionage network in Canada. The 1915 image depicts soldiers of the British Royal Horse Artillery, mounted on pack horses, skillfully performing tricks with their animals. The notably gentle and obedient horses enabled the soldiers to execute these tricks with dexterity and ease. On February 22, 1962, a striking photograph was taken, depicting Robert Kennedy, the then Attorney General of the United States, and the mayor of West Berlin, Willy Brandt, looking through the Berlin Wall. This moment symbolized the geopolitical tension of the Cold War and the desire for understanding between the two sides separated by the wall. The story of Marcia Pinkenfield, a baby only 6 months old, is a captivating curiosity in American popular culture. In the 1920s, she entered a baby beauty contest and astonishingly outshone all other contestants, being crowned as the most beautiful child in America. In the 1930s, Italian explorer Attilio Gatti embarked on an expedition in the Belgian Congo region, accompanied by 2 pygmies whom he hired as guides for his journey. During the expedition, Gatti and his companions captured a gorilla with the aim of conducting studies and research. In the mid-1950s, Therapeutic exercises were conducted at a psychiatric hospital located in the Netherlands, focusing on patients suffering from mental disorders. Faces of War was a banquet organized as a tribute to French soldiers who had suffered severe injuries during World War I. This event was held as a gesture of recognition and gratitude for the courage and sacrifice of these fighters. Unfortunately, Billy, the elephant at the Los Angeles Zoo, was euthanized due to health complications. According to the zoo's staff, the animal was of advanced age and suffered from medical conditions that impacted its quality of life, leading to the decision to end its exhibition at the zoo. Dr. Hines administered an injection to a person that contained fluids extracted from a live hair. He believed that this substance, when combined with exposure to ultraviolet radiation and specific physical exercises, could potentially serve as a therapy to promote rejuvenation. During World War II in India, a creative effort was employed to camouflage British military equipment to make it look like elephants. This camouflage strategy aimed to hide the equipment in areas where elephants were common, making them less visible to the eyes of enemies. During the filming of the movie Wunderbar in 1934, American singer Al Jolson portrayed a black character. This representation was one of several problematic and offensive attempts by the film industry at the time to depict black people in a stereotypical and racist manner. The Hungarian engineer Stefan Nailed was photographed next to a machine he purportedly invented, claiming that this machine had the ability to make people and inanimate objects invisible. However, it's important to note that there is no concrete evidence that such a machine was actually created or that it worked as claimed. Freddie McIntosh, at just 8 years old, was photographed wearing a special sun protection suit. This was due to the extreme sensitivity of his skin to daylight, possibly stemming from a dermatological condition. The Michelin Hour was a program presented by the rubber tire manufacturer Michelin. During the program, the orchestra that performed was notably extravagantly and caricaturedly dressed, as can be seen in the image. An unusual scene was captured in an image where United States Army soldiers are seen sitting around a table in what appears to be a seemingly casual manner, while a horse jumps over it. This scene, which may seem strange to us today, likely occurred during some form of military training or exercise. During a period of political turmoil, all Heimwehr forces in Vienna were called up and given orders to prepare for immediate action. As part of this effort, armored vehicles were mobilized and began patrolling the city's main streets. A fascinating image depicts Ivan Unger and Gladys Roy playing tennis while in mid-air, on the wings of an airplane. This scene likely took place as part of an aerial stunt performance, where pilots and passengers showcased their skills and dexterity in daring maneuvers to entertain the audience. An image displays the latest Oldriev tricycle, with no specific details regarding its features or purpose. However, it can be inferred that this is a new tricycle model developed by Oldriev, possibly aimed at leisure activities or personal transportation. The photograph showcases a Sikorsky R-5 helicopter from the United States Armed Forces, undergoing impressive strength and capability tests. With its remarkable lifting capacity, this helicopter not only accommodates the pilot, but also has the ability to carry up to 17 people simultaneously in the air. In the image, we see Commander Richard Byrd, a fearless American aviator and explorer, wearing a specially designed helmet and leather mask for his historic flight expedition over the North Pole from Spitsbergen, followed by the return journey.